Right now, currently, today, if you go in the Southern Poverty Law Center, you would see the ISUPK labeled as a hate group.
Right.
The same group that has shown nothing but love to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The same group that goes all across the country feeding our people. These disgusting heathens have us labeled as a hate group. Let's take a look and see who's the real hate group. Southern Poverty Law Center lawyer charged with domestic terrorism amid Atlanta riot, and he's released on bail.
He's a lawyer.
Let's take a look at his mug. This is he's a lawyer for the Southern Poverty Law Center. That footage that you just saw with them storming the police station in Atlanta, he was leading that.
He thinks he Batman.
He think right.
By daytime he's suing hate groups.
Right.
And by nighttime he's storming the police station.
And he's storming the police station.
Who do you think?
Justice.
Right.
Who is this guy? Who do you think he is? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He think he's vengeance. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's get into this a little bit,
What's
man.
his name? Bruce Wayne?
Right. Right. A lawyer for the Southern Poverty Law Center, the SPLC, was released on bail after being arrested and charged with domestic terrorism after protests over a planned Atlanta police training facility dubbed by opponents as Cop City turned violent. Thomas Webb Jurgens, that's his name. Thomas Webb Jurgens was among 23 suspected domestic terrorists released by the Atlanta Police Department on Monday. He was arrested Sunday as violence broke out in Atlanta when demonstrators hurled bricks and Molotov cocktails at police officers and set cars on fire, and they call us a terrorist organization.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a domestic terrorist getting out on bail?
Never.
Just like hear the things they're saying that they're not saying. You know what I'm saying? How do you even get bail? He's a domestic terrorist.
Right.
Caught in the act.
Caught in the act.
How do you even get bail? How do you get bail?
Right.
Let me tell you something, man.
That's bad.
Not only should he not get bail, but he should be disbarred. Whatever state he's registered to practice law in, he should lose his law license. He should be locked up.
Right.
You know?
I'm sorry. This is a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
This is a lawyer for the Southern Poverty Law Center. The Southern Poverty Law Center has labeled us, the ISUPK, as a hate group, and then they send out their lawyers on payroll.
Yep.
He used SPLC funds to fund his Molotov cocktails in his violent protests.
Exactly. I can't say that the oppressor is the but he could throw a Molotov cocktail at a cop and get bail, and he's out right now. He's
bail,
and he's out walking the street.
Yeah.
You know how many brothers is they don't get no bail?
No bail.
For lesser charges?
Yeah.
You understand? For lesser charges.
For
they
conspiracy.
Get no bail.
For conspiracy.
But it gets better. As Officer Haryala reads the next paragraph, we're going to see the injustice that is allowed to happen because he's associated with the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Please, let's keep reading. Please.
Sluck, if I may. The thing is, I'm surprised they was able to take him alive. They know police protocol.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that.
He was in custody alive.
He's a white Jewish lawyer.
Let it be a brown or a black man, Native American Indian. He's getting gunned down.
He's a white Jewish lawyer. He could spit in their face.
Right.
So a domestic terrorist. Are you saying he was taken alive?
Right.
Okay, all right.
Right. He was taken alive.
Attacking police. After attacking police.
Just wanted to hear about it.
With bricks and Molotovs.
But listen to this.
Go ahead, Har.
We are pleased that the DeKalb County Assistant District Attorney agreed to consent bond for Tom Jurgens, the FPLC president and CEO Margaret Hong said in a statement. As we previously stated, Tom was performing a public service.
Stop. He was what?
God damn.
What was he doing?
Listen, bricking cops is a public service?
Yo, these are the people. Listen, this is the president of the organization that labeled us a hate group. They said he's doing public service. He hurled Molotov cocktails and destroyed equipment.
What's the service?
Right.
Name the service that you provided. Assault? What are we talking about?
This is
Vandalism.
Right.
Yo, Salaki, go.
If I made a service was domestic terror.
Exactly.
Right.
It shows you the hypocrisy in these groups. So can they be labeled? Can they be labeled as a hate group?
Man,
he hate cops, obviously.
He obviously hate cops. And let me tell you something else. If you take the Southern Poverty Law Center seriously, if you take anything that they document seriously, you a fool. Right. Here, this organization is labeling the greatest black organization to ever exist in this country. Right. The ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana as a goddamn hate group. And meanwhile, take a look at this ugly mug. He's out hurling Molotov cocktails at the police. And the president of the Southern Poverty Law Center is coming out saying that he did a public service.
It gets better. It gets better. Read the next part. Read the next part.
Yo,
hold on. Read.
Good job. You did a good job.
Aim was on point. You
know? Read the next part. Read the next part.
Go ahead, Sean.
Read the next part. Okay. As we previously stated, Tom was performing a public service documenting potential violations of protesters' rights.
What? What was he doing?
Documenting potential violations of protesters' rights.
So you mean he wasn't documenting all the crimes that were being committed? He wasn't documenting the bricks being thrown at police personnel. He wasn't documenting all the equipment that was set on fire. He wasn't documenting felonies of throwing Molotov cocktails at police officers and police cars. He wasn't documenting that.
Right.
He wasn't documenting that.
He don't want to sell himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's supposed to hit the cops, and when they respond, look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Listen, man, what a disgusting. Listen, like the Southern Poverty Law Center is a joke. The Southern Poverty Law Center is a joke. And for years, they have come up against the ISUPK. Right. For years, they have attempted to tell Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that we're a hate group, that we hate our people. We love our people. And let me tell you something else. Even the people we don't love, we don't throw Molotov cocktails and bricks at them.
Right.
That's not something that we teach in this school.
That's old school right there.
You know, the Southern Poverty Law Center compares us to the KKK. And the KKK is known for lynching people, beating people, running people out of neighborhoods. We have never done anything of that nature. And to compare us, peaceful, law-abiding citizens of this country that has enslaved us, is absolutely appalling.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.